Welcome to the Walrus podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Arbuckle Rothschild, and here with me today is Benjamin Martinez. And here we're going to be talking about our topic, which is walrus dentures this day.
I don't want to talk about walrus dentures. Also, your middle name is not Buckle?
Arbuckle. Changes every time.
What?
It's a fluid middle name. It's like, you know how like gas goes from liquid and into a solid? That's what my middle name is. It's matter that's just constantly fluidly moving. That's what my middle name is.
It's really cool.
That's how it works. It's like a lava lamp.
Really good visual.
Imagine a lava lamp.
Do walruses even have dentures?
Yeah, so
I don't even think they have dentures.
today our podcast is brought to you by Mrs. Mercantile's Walrus Dentures. If you have a walrus and it needs dentures, you're really wealthy.
I can't imagine business is going well for this woman.
I mean,
At
it's...
all.
I think the key to good podcasts is to have a really niche subject that you can talk about in great context.
Yeah.
Like we can talk about the color of the dentures. Do you want an ivory or do you want a more of a white? Or personally, I think I'd go with pearl.
I feel wildly unprepared to talk about dentures in general, let alone walrus. Are you ever going to explain to me your obsession with walruses?
They're the best.
That explains it.
Yeah.
I'm all caught up. Thank you.
We have to go back to the history. So back before time was time.
Okay, I actually apologize. I don't care that much. I don't need to go back before time was time to hear about walruses.
The walrus, all
Especially since I know you're lying.
humanity
This is not even
came
true.
from a walrus.
Yep, it's already starting off as a pack of lies.
I know that it's not lies. The great walrus swam in the Milky Way sea, creating waves that created humanity and life and all matter.
Sounds kind of
And he
gross.
splashed with his tail, and then his sputum and spittle became the stars and planets.
I would love for this to stop.
And all things just were congealed and conformed and became real.
I think I really actually
Really
prefer
real.
those people who think the planet is flat.
That's dumb. It's a dumb thing to think.
Yeah. Did you hear that, flat people? The person who believes that walrus created life thinks your idea is dumb.
Did you know that B.O.B. thinks the world's flat?
Who's B.O.B. again?
He pretended that airplanes in the night sky were like shooting stars. He was on one of the rappers on that.
Oh.
Anyway, he's a rapper.
And he believes the world is flat?
He believes the world is flat.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I guess, is he a successful rapper?
I don't know what is.
It must be difficult
Right
to do
now.
those world tours when you think you're going to eventually fall off the map.
I know.
So he may not leave LA a whole lot.
No. Yeah, that is a good point. Actually, I don't think he's successful enough to have a world tour.
Oh.
Probably not. Maybe that's. No,
How do you become successful enough? Lindsay Sterling is all I've ever seen her as in, what was it, YouTube videos. And somehow that turned into world tours for her. So maybe just stop believing the world is flat and anything is possible.
That's step one. Back to the walrus. It's
Right.
always gonna come back to the walruses. This is the great topic. So you know how sometimes walruses can break their teeth when they're they can, when they get older, their teeth get brittle and they fall off, and they'll just, like when they're chewing on shellfish.
Oh, did not know that, but also did not care to.
I still don't know if they eat shellfish.
How do those tusks really help them eat anyway?
I think they're more for stabbing.
I think so too, because I don't see them
For
necessarily
stabbing.
helping with chewing, since, you know, they can't. There's no real chewing help that those tusks or husks can give. Pretty sure they're just used for self-defense
I think,
and to prove who's the bigger man.
let's say that the dentures are the tusks. They've lost their defense system, and they need more. So they need some nice ivories, pearls, tusks to
Now,
fight off things.
the woman that's sponsoring us, do you know her personally? Because I feel like this whole walrus obsession is a pretty
I met her
small
on.
group.
I met her on Craigslist.
That actually doesn't surprise me.
She contacted me. She did want a lot of my personal information, which I obliged, but
What kind of personal information did you give her, Christopher?
Point is, we'll be fine.
As long as you can keep paying rent, I guess it doesn't matter.
By the way, my credit score is like a 3. On a different subject. Yeah, no, it's fallen off.
Well, I think yours is still higher than mine. I think last time we talked, mine was 0, which he said is worse than having no or bad credit.
What? How do you have a 0?
I don't know.
Is that possible?
I'm really good at paying bills, but there's 2 bills I did not pay and refused to.
Okay.
I think they're hospital bills.
I mean, hospitals don't need it.
I felt the same way and have not paid them, but I think I owe them over $1,000,
Wow.
which is really small considering how much they charge for anything in a hospital.
That's true.
So, fuck you, hospitals.
Hospitals are scams. Also, we need less swearing on here.
Right. You can bleep that out and post it.
No,
Right?
I don't know how.
Do we at least? I mean, what is? I'm trying to form words here and it's not happening. Okay, so back to the dentures thing. Should she sell them just through the internet, or does she actually have her own place?
Oh, it's the internet. It's internet based, like on Etsy.
That makes more sense. I mean, as much sense as any of this could possibly make.
She sells them on Etsy, and then she just kind of reinstalls them, and then she has like instructions on how to install them. You have to kind of put like a little base nut inside the gums or the jaw, and then you kind of just drill them in, and then you just that's how it works. Then you just kind of screw them on, and then you have walrus dentures. There.
I'm not gonna lie, I think I zoned out for almost all of that. Last thing I remember you saying was something about she does stuff on the internet.
Yeah. All the best stuff is on the internet.
Yeah.
It's where I find all my truth.
All your truth?
All my truth.
Oh.
It's where all the truth comes from.
I mean, that's where some of the truth is, and then also gets mixed up, and then also just becomes lies. Or there's just lies.
Truth. If you believe it all, then it's the truth.
That's not how facts work.
So, what I choose to believe is true becomes the truth. That's
My brain couldn't even handle all that. Nope, that's gobbledygook. That's not how things work.
all right. we're gonna wrap it up. So join us next time on this podcast, Walrus Podcast.
Nobody has any reason to come back.